got to talk about rape anyway, but I'm saying
It was just weird that you said cereal.
No, because those are tricky too. Because it could be I've had a criminal sexual conduct charge. It could be like a Nate Parker situation.
It wasn't guilty. You weren't convicted of it.
Yeah, but to everybody, to the public perception, yes.
Go like this. You got some shit.
Don't talk to me about rape and then ask me to wipe my mouth. What's wrong with you?
If I want to rape you later, I want your mouth to be clean. The least you could do is get that shit off.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, man. I don't know. It's just a tragic situation all around. I ain't gonna front. I was real depressed about it.
Yeah,
I'm still depressed about it because it's just pointless.
Yeah,
like literally, it's just all pointless. All of this shit just seems pointless. It just all seems very negative. I still don't know what's what in the whole situation. Yeah, and I know people are like, yes, you do. You know, I don't know shit. Yeah. You know why?
Why?
Because I don't go to nigga shit. Yeah. So you know where I was at when that shit happened at Irving Plaza?
Where?
Home.
Really?
Because I don't talk to niggas after 5 o'clock.
Interesting.
All right? Okay?
Yeah.
I don't frequent those kind of environments, and I keep telling y'all this shit over and over. I won't. And I don't care what y'all say about it, all right? Because I understand the element. I know what's out there. I ain't got time for it.
Yeah.
I got approached by 2 rappers in my whole life, Busta Rhymes and Mace. You know where I was at when I got approached by Busta Rhymes? Melanie Fiona's birthday party in Los Angeles, California, BET Awards weekend.
Okay.
When I got approached by Mace, you know where I was at? The Revolt Music Conference in Miami for the weekend.
Yeah.
So just me being the logical, smart brother I am, I don't want to get approached by rappers or anybody that I don't want to be bothered with.
Right.
Just don't go where them niggas be.
Interesting.
Why?
Interesting.
My life is amazing. You know where I was at yesterday? Marvel Comics.
That's right.
You know the only artist that came there? The Weeknd.
Hot.
All right? That's
Safe.
it.
Canadian.
Okay? I mind my business. Okay? Simple and plain. I don't want to be around that element. I don't know what was going on. I just know that if I need to go somewhere where I think I need a gun, I'm not going.
Right.
Simple as that.
Yeah, I think that's a safe way to live life.
Simple as that.
I got shit on by the gun lobby this week.
Why?
They came after me on Twitter.
For what?
I was thinking about rappers that brag about how many guns they have, and there was this whole Soulja Boy thing with the Draco, and I didn't even know what a fucking Draco was.
I still don't know what a Draco is.
I think it's
I've been
a type
asking my
of
homeboy
gun.
that shit all for the pet since that shit came out. What the fuck is a Draco?
I had no clue. I thought it was some kind of like vampire shit or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I was like, and they're talking about all these guns, and I started to realize, I was like, you're kind of just bragging about being afraid. Like, the only reason you have a gun is because of fear, right? You're afraid that somebody's going to kill you, so you need to protect yourself with these guns. Granted, if you're a hunter or something like that, maybe, but I don't think any of these gangster rappers are doing a lot of hunting on the weekends. So I think they're doing it for fear-based situations. And
I saw that. I thought it was a good conversation you started, because I was thinking to myself, if you feel like you need protection, is it because you're scared?
Absolutely.
Because even somebody like Mike Tyson had security.
Is he scared?
No. Mike Tyson was scared of what he may possibly do to somebody, so you keep people around you. Because you got to think, Mike was the type of person people would run up on Mike in the street, like, fight, Mike. So you need people to stay away from Mike.
Sure, but that's fear. I'm afraid that I might do something. I'm afraid that something might happen.
Okay.
Like some people say, hey, take my keys. Why do you want me to take your keys? Because I'm afraid that once I get drunk, I might still drive.
Yeah.
I think it's fear that motivates these things. And I said something that was kind of like taken out of context, and really people got upset at me, and the gun lobby got upset.
Stop telling these great thoughts on social media.
No, I know you're right, because they just get one bite at a time. They
We have
don't
a
get
podcast.
the whole story.
I got a radio show. You got stand up. I swear to God, go look at my timeline. I'm not giving thoughts no more, bro.
Yeah.
I'm posting pictures. I'm posting quotes, stuff like that. I'm not just tweeting. There's no. If the conversations I want to have, I'm going to come here and have.
But they're going to take them out of context for me anyway. I mean, they do it all the time. It doesn't matter. They take it out of context.
Yeah,
but the basic point is I said, I was like, listen, a brave person doesn't pull the trigger. A scared one does. And then people try to take that out of context and be like, what about soldiers, this, that, the other? And I go, yeah, they're
scared too, though.
They're scared too. You're pulling the trigger to save your life or to save someone else's life. And I even looked it up, the gun rules. Like they said the legal standard for using a gun is fear of life.
I mean, that's what the stand your ground law is.
Or fear of other people's lives.
Yeah, that's what the stand your ground law
Exactly.
is.
So I don't think there's anything wrong with being afraid. But then they kept saying, like, do you use a seatbelt when you're driving because you're afraid?
God,
and I go,
shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm afraid I'm going to go right through the windshield of the car.
Listen, I hit a pothole this morning.
Yeah.
Right? I hit a pothole this morning.
Yeah.
Coming through the George Washington Bridge, I get a flat tire. Got to pull over on the Henry Hudson Parkway. It's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I got to call roadside assistance, but I still got to get to work, so I call an Uber as well, which is the worst. Fucking foreigner. Telling me he lived in New York his whole life, but can't find me on the Henry Hudson goddamn Parkway. Whatever. So I end up getting the Uber, so I finally get on the phone roadside assistance.
You're upset that a guy didn't know how to pick you up on the side of a highway?
It's the Henry Hudson Parkway, Schultz.
How
Jesus
often
Christ.
do you think an Uber driver's just picking you up on the side
Schultz,
of the highway?
I'm in between. I'm like, he's like, right where you at? I'm like, right in front of 125th.
On the highway, though?
On the side of the road. I said I'm on the side of the road with my hazard lights on. No, I had pulled off the highway because they got the little banks that you can pull over and stuff. I pulled over where you need roadside assistance. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, whatever. So anyway, I'm like, when I call roadside assistance, the first thing she says to me, are you in a safe place? That's the first thing she says to me. And I said, yeah, I'm in the Uber. She goes, no. Are you in a safe place? Meaning, am I good? Am I out of harm's way? Am I
like a
not afraid?
Neighborhood?
Yeah, and also when you call roadside assistance, and this might be a better example. When you call roadside assistance, they say they ask you a question. They say, if this is an emergency where you fear for your life, call 911. So I'm saying all that to say, everything we do is probably the basis of
Everything
fear.
is fear-based. Everything is fear-based.
We got life insurance policies. We got health insurance. Everything is based out of the fear this may happen.
Sure. And there's nothing, my point is there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think that you should be embarrassed. Like, fear keeps us alive. Like, there's that saying, like, if you're not afraid, then you'll die. Because fear is what motivates us to keep living. Like, I think even in the Batman movie, it's like you got to take off that. Remember when Christian Bale had to take off the string or whatever when he was in the jail underground, and he had to take off that string that was basically protecting him in case he fell when he was trying to climb out. And he was like, once you were forced to live or die, you could jump a little further because you know you had to reach that next step in order to keep living. So I think fear motivates us to live. I think it's a good thing. But it was just an interesting conversation.
Men, by the way, take the condom off. That's the best way to
pull
that's
out.
the best way to understand what we're talking about. Next time you're fucking a random too.
There we go.
Take that condom off and hit it raw.
Yeah, get permission. Make sure it's consensual.
Yeah.
But hit it raw because I guarantee when you hit it raw, you're going to pull out.
Yeah.
Guaranteed you're going to hit it raw.
But that's how you get over your fears.
Yeah.
You ain't worried about getting her pregnant.
No.
You ain't worried about getting an STD.
Nothing.
There's no better way to throw caution to the wind and overcome your fears.
You can't get an STD
than good
if you're
unprotected sex
afraid.
with a random.
No, it's for real.
Say it again?
You can't get STD if you're afraid.
That's
the only people who get STDs are the confident ones.
There you go.
You got to be insecure when you're in there, and then all of a sudden
you go.
Look, fear's a good thing. But so basically, we got into this conversation about guns, and I learned a lot about the gun people. They had some interesting arguments. My whole life, I grew up in New York. You know, there was no guns. I thought guns were stupid. Like, let's get rid of fucking guns. And all of a sudden, I had these gun owners tweeting me personal stories that were really interesting for me to hear. Like, they were like, "Listen, you say that there shouldn't be any guns or guns are wrong," which I didn't really say, but that was the context they took out. I'm not anti-gun, but they're like, "Well, how would you say that to my mom who stopped two people that came into our house that were armed because she had a shotgun?" Like, those people could have raped us. Those people could have stolen all our property. Like, and I had one after another of personal stories where guns actually saved people's lives in their own home.
Well, see, that's the problem. We're a lot of times in life, and we do that so much nowadays, we don't look at things with nuance anymore.
Not at all.
Everything's an extreme.
I say this every week.
You see somebody get shot at Irving Plaza. You see somebody walk into a movie theater and shoot up all the people in the movie theater, or shoot up a school. Like, oh my God, guns are wrong. No, guns are wrong in the wrong hands.
Poor people.
I'm not even going to say poor people.
It's poor people.
No, it's not just poor people.
It is just poor people.
No, it's not. No, it's
the
not.
only
No, it's not.
problem with guns is poor people. And
no, it's not.
Here's
That's
the
not
thing.
true.
Here's the thing.
Guns are just wrong in the wrong hands, period. If you're an evil person and you possess a gun, you will cause harm to somebody.
Poor people.
Period.
So
you can't do that. Don't do that. You're doing it. So you're doing the same thing.
Can I make the argument?
No,
you're not even letting me make the argument.
Stop with the generalization.
Maybe you would agree.
That's wrong logic.
Maybe if you would agree.
So you're saying only poor people kill people with guns?
Can you just listen to the argument?
That's ridiculous.
Can you listen to the argument?
You may not make any sense.
You haven't even let me make the argument.
Because it don't make any sense. That's stupid to say.
Why would you? You just said there's nuance to stuff, and now I'm trying to give you the nuance.
But you didn't say nuance. You said
poor
people. Poor people.
Can I make the argument?
Go ahead.
Okay. And I've said this before. The problem with when there is poverty, right? You're going to fight over resources to survive, right? And if there are guns, you're going to use whatever tools you have to fight over resources to survive. So if it's knives, it'll be knives. If it's swords, it'll be swords. If it's guns, it'll be guns. Now, if you take away guns, you don't think people are still going to kill each other in Chicago with other weapons to manage to kind of corral resources? It's not the rich 1% people in Chicago that are killing themselves. It's not the people at that downtown area that's super nice right by the lake that are killing themselves.
You know how many people right here in New York City, just a few years ago, guy from Wall Street, upset over the stocks crashing, walks in the fucking middle of the city with a gun and starts shooting, and the police gunned him down? That just happened like a few years ago. What are you talking about? You mean nobody? Percentage-wise,
like the percentage of those people that end up killing, let me just get the point across. So the point I'm trying to make, those percentage of like these super wealthy people that actually kill people, let me make the point before you.
That's not true.
Can I make the point, Charlamagne? We talk all the time about listening to people, actively listening.
Okay, I'm gonna do what you did. I'm gonna do what you did. Oh, matter of fact, hold on. Schultz is about to talk to Tariq later on, so I'm gonna do to you what you did to Tariq.
Sure. Because it's not,
The realest thing Paige said in this conversation was she said you can't account for human error. And that is the truth to the matter. You can't account for human error.
That's the part of being human. It happens. It's unfortunate.
I strive to live my life on the defense. What I mean by that is I know my game plan. I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm not going to do. I don't know what everybody else going to do. So I'm always on the defense looking out for everybody else and what they possibly may do. I feel like that's the best way to survive. I think when you're always on the offense, I tell dudes that when we driving. It's funny you say that about driving because like my dude's 6'4", salute to my man 6'4". 6'4" is a speed demon. Wax is a speed demon. They love, like, yo, slow down when I'm in the car, bro. Why are you in a rush to die?
And then they get pulled over and they're like, cops hate black people. It's like you were going 1,000 miles per hour. What are you talking about? You're in the DeLorean.
Like I'm a defensive driver, bro. I do the speed limit. I put my signal on. I'm on my business.
So slow.
I drive. I do.
I like it
because I don't give a fuck about. I gotta look out for me and everybody else on the road.
You got kids, bro.
People
you
have in the
around.
car with you. Like you're responsible for your people in your car.
I can only account for me, bro. I can't account for everybody else on the road. I can account for me. If I get into a car accident, it won't be my fault. Period. That's the truth to the matter. It will not be my fault. It'll be because something crazy happened. Somebody hit me in the back. Somebody sideswiped me. Whatever. It's not because Charlamagne was driving crazy. You don't never got to worry about that. And the moral of the story is, Tax is my guy, and I stand by. I stand by Tax because at the end of the day, and when I say Tax is my guy, and I said I support Tax, what I mean is, yo, Tax get a bail, I'm gonna contribute. Tax need money for lawyers, I'm gonna contribute. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I can do. That's all I can do for the brother at this point. I just think it's corny. I'm not gonna be like Epic Records when Bobby Shmurda got caught up and be like,
who's that?
Not my problem. Like,
no,
Tax is our guy. Tax is part of the Loudspeaker Network.
Absolutely.
We gave Taxstone a podcast. We've bought in Taxstone on MTV and various shows. That puts Taxstone in the Marvel comic book. So now I'm going to act like, nah, fuck him. I don't fuck with him. No.
So what would be the thing that would make you stop fucking with somebody?
If he was Jerry Sandusky.
He'd have to fuck multiple white people?
They weren't just white people, first of all.
Multiple poor people. Jerry Sandusky only fucked poor people.
He like that poor booty,
Also
bro.
not true.
He like that poor uncleaned booty.
I think that might be kind of true, bro.
It's not.
He was fucking them little poor